the most important visual that the Power BI has is related to maps, right? So for maps, just like in case of line, we need date as a compulsory field. For maps, we need place. Place means country, state, city, right? Let us see, do we have country as a data? Yes, we have city and country both. For example, if I want to create a list of countries and its sales, how am I going to create that? But before creating a map visual, we are going to learn how to create a matrix. Now, what is matrix? Matrix is something related to pivot that we prepare in Excel. So in pivot, what we do, we just have a summary of the entire data in the form of a pivot. So in Power BI also, we have an option of creating Excel kind of pivots in Power BI. But unfortunately, in our dashboard, there is no space left. Now, what I need to do, I need to go into page 2 where I can have more space. But before that, let us just save this document, because since the very beginning, we have been working on this document, but we have not saved it. So I'll just show you how to save it. Let us just press Control S and go into more options. And wherever you want to save it, for example, if I want to save it in desktop, so I'll just paste it as Power BI file and make the save. So always remember to save your data, otherwise there would be a loss of your data. Now, what is metrics? So if you can see here, there is a one of the visual that is there, it is related to metrics. So I'll just click on this visual. So a table kind of a visual has appeared in front of me. Now I want to see country-wise sales. What country is saying? What country is actually selling what numbers? That I need to see. So there are two things that I need to put. One is country and the other is sales. So just like exactly like in Excel, we put rows and columns. Here also we put rows and columns and values. So here I want to first take country. So I'll just drag country into rows. This is exactly the same method that I'm using, which we use in Excel. Then comes, as I told you, that always the numbers will come under values. So I will just search sales and I'll put it in values. So in this way, a table has been formed, right? A table has been formed. Can you see this? The entire table is there. And there is a scroller also. What scroller does is it can help us scroll the data. So there might be a possibility that some data is not coming in this visual, but you can scroll and see that data also. Now, I want this data to be from highest to lowest. So how to do that? If you can see, there is a small arrow here. Just click on small arrow and this becomes my highest to lowest visual. Now I can clearly see United States is the topmost contributor to my sales. Now, just like any other visual, I have lot of edit options that are there in this visual. So I can edit or I can do some edits to it. So I'll just select the visual first and I'll just go into format visual. Here see a lot of options that are there which can be used. First is style. Just click on style. The style right now is default. I want a different style. For example, I want bold headers. So it would look something like this, right? Then grid lines. If you want some other color of grid lines, right now it is gray. So if I want grid lines to be blue, I can make the grid lines blue. Or maybe some other color can also be put. Width, you can adjust the width also. whether you want the blue lines to be dark or lighter. So if you want some vertical grid line, something like this, so you can put and you can change the color to blue as per our theme. And we can have borders also. We can create various kind of borders also, and we can change the color to our as per our theme. So now, and I can adjust the width also. So now this looks a way better visual than before. Now comes values. Whatever the values that are there, if you want to change the size, maybe if you want to increase or decrease the values, you can do that. You can make it bold, right? You can change the color if you want. For example, if I want my default color to be like this, so I can make the changes to my color also. So if I want to make the text color change, or if I want to have a different background, I can do that as well. So for example, if I put the text color as blue and alternate text color also as blue. So I can change slice and dice based on my requirement, right? So in this way, I can change my this visual. Now comes column header. Column header means these country and sum of sales. So I can increase and decrease the size of column header, make it bold. Okay, change the color. I can make it center also. So right now it is looking better in the left indent. I'll put it in the left indent. Column subtotals. So if you want to have certain, so this is total. So if you want to have total, you can have, otherwise you can remove also. So you can remove rows and columns total. So right now I am putting row column total. But here I have values in which I can remove the decimals. But this, for removing the decimal, we'll go by the shortcut. I'll just put decimal and I'll just reduce the decimal. And now my data is without any kind of decimal. I can change the units of the data. For example, I don't want the entire value. I want in millions or something like that. That can also be done. So if I put units, display units, I can make it millions. Or I can make it thousands as well. Thousands look good. And I can actually change the space also. I can do something like this. Now see, this looks really, really better than what it was earlier. Now, one more interesting point is there. Here, country is fine. I don't want sum of sales. I want heading as total sales. So, how to change that? I just go into build visual. Right now, this heading cannot be changed through general. General, I can only have the heading as, for example, country wise sales. Country wise sales. I'll just put it like and maybe our theme color and make it center. And we can increase the size of it also. Right? But if I want to change this sum of sales, I have to go into build visual and here I'll just click on it and rename this visual as total sales. Now it looks way better. Now one thing more I can do, I can just change the colors of the value. So text colors can be white or maybe blue, but the background I want blue and text color I can change it to white. Now it looks way, way better. Now I can have this also white. Sorry. This I think. Okay. So it is actually crisscross. So this looks way better. Now this is how we create a matrix. We can create a matrix of any sort. We can create many matrix of any sort. For example, I want to change the color color of these headers also. I can change that. Right. Right now, I'll keep it as it is. Now, as I told you in the beginning, this is the metrics that we can create. Now, one more visual is there, that is map visual, which is the most important visual of Power BI. Now, when I have a matrix of country wise sales, okay, so I can create a map based out of country wise sales, right? Now, for a map to be created, I at least want country in my database. So right now I have country in my database. So what I'll do, I'll just make a map visual with using a shortcut. So I'll just click on this copy and paste it. So I have created one more copy of this table, and all I'm going to do is that I'm going to just go into visuals, and there is a map visual. Can you see this? I'll just click on it. So this entire visual has been converted into a map. So in the form of map also you can show. Now see the best part. If I select here, if I select United States, so see it will show me the United States. If I select Germany, so it will show me Germany. If I select Philippines, so it will show me Philippines. So this is what we call interaction. This is what we call interaction. What I am doing, I am trying to interact with the data. I am trying to interact with the visual. So, for example, if I want to see only New Zealand, I'll just click on New Zealand and I'll be able to see the New Zealand country and its sales. If I want to see United States plus Indonesia together, I can see that also. So I need to press control. So in this way, you can use this visual. This is again, I'm telling you, this is the most important visual of Power BI.